Hello. So we're going to try something I think a little different today. And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. So, if you would, imagine life is a river for a moment. Imagine life is a river. Life is a river. And being that life is a river, and being that you are in life, that you have a life, you're in this river. And so along this river, it's this great journey. It's this great journey. It's not just this river that's just, it's not just this river like a tunnel. Along the way in the river, there's openings, there's splits in the river, there's streams that come in or go out, and so there's all different directions. You can go all different directions. Hypothetically, I guess, you can go all different directions in this river if you could get into, if you can just get into the right stream each way along, each time along the way. And also, you can try and turn against the river and swim your way against the stream, against the current. You can try and turn away and swim against the current. And so along this river, there's places you like. There's places where you like the current, where you like the ride, and you like the scenery, you like what's around you, you like the experience. And there's places along the river that you don't like it so much, where you don't like the ride, you don't like the water in the river, maybe it's polluted, you don't like the scenery around you, you don't like the experience. And so maybe at those points you feel the urgency to get out. You're like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this spot. I don't like this. And so you want to get out, right? And so you can turn around, if you choose to, you can turn around and you can try and force your way out. You can try and swim your way out against the current. And maybe at some points in your life that served you, that worked for you, you were able to force your way out. You were able, for whatever reason, I guess you could say that the current wasn't as strong, or the water was more shallow and you could touch the ground with your feet or whatever. But anyhow, any way you put it, at points in your life, maybe you were able to force your way out of the river. You were able to get up on the bank and walk down the stream, find a different place to jump back in, whatever, however you want to use the analogy. Maybe you did that. Maybe you had that experience. And maybe later on, maybe you're in a point now, or maybe you've been in a point in your life where you found yourself in a place, once again, in this river that you didn't really like. You're like, I don't like this. I don't want to be here. And maybe you tried to force your way out again. And maybe it was different. And maybe you didn't realize it was different. And maybe that frustrated you because you try and force your way out and you try and swim against the current. But it's too strong. Now it's really going, and now you can't touch your feet on the bottom of the river floor, and now you're in the rapids, so to speak, and you're trying to force your way out, but you can't get out because the river's overpowering you. And so if you would imagine, that's the state of force. And yes, I'm tying this in a bit with power versus force again. Imagine that's force. Imagine also that each of those places where an opening comes in the river, where there's a split in the river, another watery pathway, imagine that each time you become aware that this isn't a place you'd like to be, and each time you then go, there's something somewhere else I'd like to be. And as you get that in mind, you make the choice to go somewhere else. A pathway opens up in the river. And so what you can do is you can try and turn your back to the current and try and swim out, try and swim to the bank, or you can simply notice that there's this split in the river coming. And that's when you make a choice that you'd like something different. And you can simply choose to maneuver yourself a little bit differently, direct yourself a little bit differently, so that you can aim to go to that opening in the river. Because the river is already taking you. And it's probably taking you pretty fast if you can't force your way out. So it's taking you pretty fast, and so all you have to do is slightly maneuver yourself, and you can land in that spot, that opening, and then that can direct you somewhere else. And there's always, another split along the way every time you make a choice. So you can try and force your way out. You can try and jump into the river in another spot and go, okay, I'm going to jump in here. And you might not even really find where that is that you're looking for, where that is you're looking for doing that. Or you can simply make a choice, and when you make the choice that you'd like something else, an opening shows up in that river, and you can go down that pathway, and you can keep making choices. Be aware of your power of choice, and it will start to take you in the direction you'd actually like to be. It can start to take you to that destination, that place you'd like to be. So, imagine if it was that simple. What choice could you make that would open up a pathway in the river you are in, that would take you towards the direction you'd like to go, where you didn't just have to force it, the river would take you anyway.